Hello Yarn Besties, I am the Crafty Crocheter, and if you want to become a Yarn Bestie, click the subscribe button so you get access to more content, and if you like what you see in this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you get notified when new videos come out. Don't forget to hype this video, share this video, and recommend the channel to all your family and friends. Alright, so welcome to another Tutorial Tuesday, and I am going to show you how to work a stitch that was showcased in my Tiramisu cakes reviews, which you can check out there. And the stitch I am going to be showing today is for the moss stitch, or also known as the linen stitch. And as you can see with this swatch here, how beautiful that stitch came out. So I'm going to show you how to work this today. And this is a very simple and easy to do one row repeat stitch, which is perfect for a lot of different projects: scarves, hats, blankets, baby blankets, or anything else that you find this stitch appropriate for. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And I am going to use the same hook size for this demonstration that I used for the swatch, which is a I9 or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And I'm just going to use a standard number 4 worsted weighted yarn. So let's get started, shall we? All right, so I'm going to first show you how to work what is known as the slip knot. So I'm going to go, and the way I do it is I utilize the pretzel method, and you'll see why I call it the pretzel method. So you're going to take this strand of yarn to your right, and you're going to loop it around this way so that this tail is over this strand of yarn. Then take the tail and go behind it, and then now you see why, because it kind of resembles a pretzel. This is why I call it the pretzel method. Then you're going to take your crochet hook and go underneath this strand of yarn here, go behind that strand, and just pull up, and then that is your slip knot. Now, of course, if you work the slip knot a different way, you can use however method you like. This is just the way that I like to do it. All right, so the multiple for this stitch is 2. So it's basically any even number of stitches you want to get to the width of the project you want. So in this demonstration, I'm going to do 12 just to keep it short and sweet. So let's do our chains now. All right, so we have our 12 stitches done. Of course, you can have as many chains as you like for the width of your project, as long as it is in a multiple of 2. All right, so let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. So to start row 1, you're going to skip the first chain from hook and go into the second chain and work a single crochet. Right, then after that, you're going to chain 1, then skip the next chain, and then go into the following chain and work your single crochet stitch. And you're basically going to repeat that all the way down to the end. So I'll do another repeat with you. So after you get that single crochet done, chain 1, then skip the next stitch, and then go into the following stitch and work your single crochet. And when you get to the end of the row, you should be working a single crochet into the very last chain. So I'm going to work the rest of this off camera, then I'm going to show you what to do to start row 2. All right, so we just completed row 1, and this is what your work should look like. And you're going to notice that there are spaces in between where we skipped those stitches, and I'll show you why those are important. So now to start row 2, you're going to go ahead, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and then insert your crochet hook into that first chain space between the 2 single crochet stitches that you made in the previous row. So insert your crochet hook into that space and work your single crochet stitch. Then, as you did with row 1, you're going to chain 1 and then go in and insert your crochet hook into the next available chain space, which is in between these 2 V's here. So insert it into that chain space and work your single crochet. And basically you're repeating this all the way down to the end. So I'll work one more with you. After you get your single crochet done, chain 1, and then go in and insert your crochet hook into the next available chain space and work a single crochet. And I'm going to work the rest of this off camera, then I'm going to show you what to do to finish off row 2 and then move on to row 3. Alright, so we're nearing the end of row 2, and you notice I just worked my single crochet. So what you're going to do when you're reaching towards the end of the row is you're going to go ahead and chain 1, and then insert your crochet hook into the very last stitch of the previous row that you've done, and then work a single crochet stitch. Alright, and this is what row 2 looks like when it's all done, and this is what your work should look like so far. So now we're going to go ahead and work our repeat rows. So anything after row 2 and beyond are repeat rows. So as you did with row 2, to start row 3, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and then you're going to insert your crochet hook into the next available chain space, which is between these two V's, and you can see the V's very well in this light. So in the chain space between these two V's, insert your crochet hook and then work your single crochet stitch. Chain 1, and then insert your crochet hook into the very next chain space in between those two V's and work your single crochet. And basically you're repeating this all the way down. So let me work one more with you. Chain 1, then go into the very next chain space, which is in between these two V's right here, and work your single crochet stitch. So I'll finish this row with you. So go chain 1, go into the next chain space between those two V's, work a single crochet, chain 1, go into the chain space between the next two pair of V's, chain 1, and you're gonna do your single crochet, then chain 1, then you're going to work your single crochet into this very last stitch right here, because right here is where our V is. So insert your crochet hook into that chain right here. Sometimes you gotta finagle that a little bit. All right, and then you're gonna work your single crochet into that chain, and then this is what row 3 looks like. So basically you're repeating the same row over and over and over again until you get to the height of the project you want. And then once you're done, this is what your work should look like. And look how beautiful that stitch work is. Of course, this can be wider if you wish. It could be taller as you wish, but this was just that swatch I did for my yarn review video. Right, and let's compare those, and this is, see how it's identical to this swatch up here. And that is how you work the moss or linen stitch. This is the Crafty Crocheter. Thank you for watching. Happy crafting.